Good morning, sunshines. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to do a Q&A. I don't feel like I've done one in a while. I got my questions off of this Instagram story and I have prepared a small beverage today just to loosen the tongue on the questions, you know what I'm saying? That sounds weird. You ever hear those phrases or when you read them on paper or in a book, they make sense and then you try to say them out loud later and you're like, that is an odd phrase. First question. Travis, opinions on the new Madison Beer song? I have not heard it, but I do remember it saying that she has one coming. Okay, my official opinion is I'm into it. It's a nice song. I did like her last song, the one that's called Selfish, I think. I had that song on repeat for like a while. It was nice, but I'm into it. I'm into it. Have you ever thought about changing your hair to a darker color? Okay, so the one time that I went brown, per se, it was like not super brown, but it was fairly dark. I did it for about 3 days and I hated it so much, and I was trying to like let myself get used to it, you know, because I was like, it's in your head, you don't actually hate it, but I just felt it darkened all of my features and it made me look like, I don't know, I just didn't like it. I think the blonde like brightens my face. Again, I've just been doing the blonde for a long time. It could totally all be in my head. I don't think I'll go dark anytime soon. Probably one day. I'm sure one day I'll be like YOLO, you know. I just really like it. There's motion at my front door. I just ran up 3 flights of stairs, so I'm slightly out of breath, that's why. Yes, Ruby? Can I help you, madam? Would you like to be in the Q&A? My Ruby. What are your favorite treats when craving dessert without overindulging? I've been eating this a lot lately. I really like apples and peanut butter. Nani? She just chirps at me. I don't even know what she's talking about. So apples and peanut butter have been my current go-to. I'll just eat a Reese's, like I don't care. Since I always let myself have one when I want one, I feel that I don't binge on them because I'm never like restricting myself on them. So I feel like that's worked well for me. I don't know if that works well for everyone. And it definitely wasn't something that worked well for me. Like if I was prepping or in a hardcore diet like I did do once upon a time, then I wouldn't be able to have like big packs of Reese's around the house, because I would devour them all in one sitting. But now I could totally have a ton of them and I have no desire to. Like I like just having a couple here and there. How many inches of rain have you gotten? I don't know, but it has rained so much. I'm like, I don't even know about it. But honestly, it's so nice because it rains for a few days and then it's really sunny and just like everything's so green right now. Like the grass is just sprouting up and the trees are all like, they were all dead when I moved in and now they're all just, they're so green and pretty and it's nice. So, and I like rain. I do. I like the sound of rain. It's very soothing. It's very nice to like just chill to, especially during like quarantine times. But the one day that we did have sun and me and my sisters laid out, I was like, oh, this is nice. I miss sun. Sun is good. But you have to have the bad to appreciate the good. You know what I mean? I feel like you need both, because I did not appreciate all the sunshine in Los Angeles because it was always there. Are you just purring up a storm for no reason? How to get out of a lazy rut: snacking, skipping workouts, sitting on social media, and get productive. For me, as soon as a thought comes into my mind, like this is something I should do, I have to just do it right that second. Because if I say I'm gonna do it later, I'm not gonna do it later. Or maybe, but like so much later that it's just bad. So all I do in my head, I have to just repeat, like rip off the band-aid. Just do it, Nikki, just do it. And I can't let any other thought get into my head until I've done that task. Because as soon as I even start doing something, sometimes it's something I really don't wanna do. And I'm like, oh, I don't wanna do this. But then I kick that thought in my head, just chastising myself, like, don't even let that thought enter your head. Don't leave room for it. Just say, just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just get it over with. Just get it over with. Just rip off the band-aid, rip off the band-aid. And I have to like repeat that over and over in my head until I just do it. And it really works, honestly, it does. It's like I would wake up in the morning and then go work out first thing when I liked working out in the mornings. I would just get up and I just have to convince myself, just be like, you just have to go do it. Don't think about anything else, just do it. Because as soon as I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I just did this for a minute instead? Then I'm doomed. I'm doomed. The rest of the day is ruined. That's what I do. A lot of repeating and demanding in my head. It's just like my common sense or my assertive personality at work. And then I think after a while you just kind of build a habit. And then after I have a really good productive day, I feel so good that I end up craving that feeling later. You know what I mean? Again, I am a mess. so I'm not like necessarily the example you should go for, but I do struggle with that, so I understand. So I feel like that is what I try to do to get out of it. Do you like real houseplants? How many do you have? I like real houseplants because of the idea that they're, you know, giving you cleaner air. They look nicer, obviously, than not real plants. However, they're so finicky. I don't know, I think I'm just getting the wrong ones. I don't know, but... And also, it's hard, especially when we're staying home every day like this. I lose concept of time a little bit because nothing changes. So I'm like, did I water them today or was that yesterday? And then I don't know if I'm overwatering them or underwatering them because I can't remember which day I watered them. So I need like a calendar, a checklist or something. But I have 2 of them that I've put in my shower now because their note said that they liked humidity. So desperately, in an urge to save them, I've put them in the shower. So now they get like a little bit of humidity, like little moisture every day. And then I also water them and they still don't want to live. So those 2 are some failures. But I've got this guy right here. My viney one, my hanging plant, and she's doing pretty well. I feel like her little vines are getting longer already, so I'm pretty happy about that. I swear Ruby knows when like blankets are her color because she always likes to lay on blankets that are like the same shade as her. It's really cute. How do you like living in Texas? So far, I love living in Texas. I feel like less, like in LA, I would go to like a PR event or something, and I always just felt like everyone stares when you come in the room and they're like, and I felt criticized, and I always felt short, and I always felt ugly. Just like, it just was such a intense atmosphere that I just felt it wasn't for me. I'm like, this isn't me. I'm like I just want, this is me. This is me. This is me. The Ruby, you know? Like, it just didn't feel right after a while. And though I really, really thoroughly enjoyed it when I first moved there, especially, I was like, lights, camera, action, this is so fun. Like, it was full of life and energy, and I liked that, but I feel like it started to wear on me after a while. In comparison, I'm saying like when I go out here or when I do things here, when I used to do things when we couldn't do things, I loved it, and I didn't feel that same like impending doom when I went to events and stuff, or like even a bar or restaurant. I don't get that same feeling. And it could just be my own insecurity, honestly. Maybe it's not even like that. Maybe it's just all in my head. But regardless, I do feel like I can breathe here. It just feels nicer. I still love California. I really want to go back eventually one day. But for now, I'm really happy here, and I really, really, really like having my family nearby. Life without you is like a broken pencil. Pointless. Relationship tolls during quarantine. Me and my man are struggling. Are you guys together? Oh, I'm jealous, but also not jealous. I could totally see how being together all the time would be very stressful, or just like, you start to get that, what I call like a brother-sister mentality, where like things start to like anger you and irritate you more than they would like if you only saw each other at night or in the mornings and stuff. So what I would say is just be sure to try to get your own space, whether it's like, I know we're not supposed to leave the house or anything, but maybe you could go for a walk or do something where you leave but you're still social distancing, you know what I mean? I've seen a lot of people still going for runs and walks and stuff, so I think hopefully that's still a possibility for you. I think definitely getting space away from each other and just respecting each other's space. It's just frustrating because it's like, it's a two-sided thing. So it's like, as much as you could try, if they're not trying at all, like what are you supposed to do? So I think just really open communication is best, because I have learned through time that communication and just being really open when something bothers you, but knowing how to communicate something bothering you without attacking a person is like the most valuable thing I've learned in relationships, because I'm like, you're doing this, it makes me feel this way. I know you don't mean it to make me feel that way, but is there any way that we could possibly like do it this way? And then maybe if you did that, then I could do this for you. You know, like if you just come about it nicer, come about it like you're talking to yourself or someone that you really love and respect, because you should love and respect your partner. I feel like that's so important. And I'm grateful for that knowledge, because I think it really helps me now, you know, in the present. But I had to learn through trial and error, because would you give a 19-year-old a chance? No. Sorry. Though my parents got married, my mom and my stepdad got married when he was 21 and she was 30. So there's quite the age gap. Does the almighty Nikki smoke the devil's lettuce? Personally, I'm not a fan of marijuana. I have tried it. I don't see a problem with it. I think it's, in my opinion, nicer than alcohol. Like I would rather someone like smoke weed than just go out and binge drink all the time. But for me, I'm just not a fan. I just don't like the way it makes me feel. I hate being hungry and not being able to stop eating, and then my stomach hurts, and I hate when my stomach hurts. It's like, oh, it's one of my least favorite feelings. And it makes me, I feel like it has like an opposite effect on me where it just makes me like paranoid and anxious. No matter what strand I'm smoking, people are like, this one won't do it. And I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And then it does it anyway. And I'm like, stop making me smoke this. Not making me, but you know, in California it was legal, so I don't mind trying it. But I just don't think it's for me. It's not for me. I like the way they worded this. Would you consider the move to Austin a rebirth of sorts? You seem happier and more playful. I really do feel like as soon as I got here, like a big weight was lifted off of my chest. And I don't even know what that weight was. And in its own way, it has like, you know, different obstacles and problems, of course. But I feel more myself here, which I really like a lot. How are you keeping up with your eyelashes, extensions, and nails while quarantined? I never have my nails done because I just hate getting them redone, and I'm bad at getting them redone, and I hate the way they look when they're grown out, so I just don't. And I get so antsy like sitting there with someone with, I hate it so much. I'm not a fan. I just don't get my nails done. I'm okay with having ugly nails for the most part. My eyelash extensions are all gone, obviously. So that's okay because I periodically go without them here and there anyway. My hair extensions are the only thing that I'm concerned about, considering I don't know how long this is going to last, this like quarantine thing, and I do need them moved up periodically, or they just feel weird. They don't look weird, I don't feel, but like it's just, I don't like it when there's a gap between the extension and then like my real hair is there. I don't want that to get very long. Right now it's okay, but if this goes on for a couple more months, I'm gonna be like, oh no. And I even found a girl in Austin who can at least move them up for me, but obviously I'm sure hair salons are like shut down at the moment too. I'm not sure. Hopefully everything goes back to normal sooner rather than later. If we all stay home, it will. If we just do it. Okay. Do you use any product in your hair after waving it? The only thing I put in my hair after waving it is dry shampoo. And that's just like to give me volume at the top, or like if it looks greasy, I like to spruce it up. How to cope with anxiety, uncertainty around the beginning stages of dating. I feel that this is something that's kind of like when I was talking earlier about how to get motivated when you're not motivated and stuff. It's something I have to talk myself out of a lot because I don't consider myself a super insecure person, but I do think about things. I overthink everything constantly. I'm just an overthinker. In the beginning stages of dating, which I guess I feel like I'm kind of in now, well, kind of. But I have a what if in my head all the time. I'm like, well, what if that's what he's actually doing, you know? And then I'm like, I just have to reconvince myself. I'm like, if someone hasn't given you a reason not to trust them, if they're consistent and loyal and kind and the kind of person you want to be with, ideally, I don't know how early you mean in the dating stages, but then I'm just gonna assume the best because it's just so much better than just assuming the worst. It makes me feel a lot better. I find at the end of the day, like, hopefully you can read people to a certain degree to where you know if they're just a bad person or not. But I mean, honestly, open communication is just the only thing, the best thing that I've learned. Like, if you feel something, just kind of say it. If you know, you know, I don't know. It's like, I definitely know where you're coming from. Like, I hate, and I have them for sure, even though I feel like the relationship that I'm currently in is like so healthy and stable and just nice, and I have no complaints about it besides the fact that he's not like here. It sucks, but I feel that I still have those moments of like doubt and uncertainty and like no, but just for like a moment, and then I remember and I reassure myself. Or if all else fails, you can ask them for reassurance if you really need it, but I don't want to be annoying like that, you know? Am I giving helpful information at all? I don't know. I'm just saying that I empathize with you, and I just think don't focus on the negative. Just assume the best unless they give you a reason not to. And also just love yourself where you are, because I hate, one of the things when you're like first start dating someone especially, is you look perfect all the time. You're like, oh, what if they don't like me without makeup? Or what if they don't like me, like with me, I'm short, so like if I'm not wearing my heels or something. And I'm like, fuck it, rip off the band-aid. I'm wearing flats on our first date, you know? I'm like, listen, bro, this is who I am. Sometimes I want to make a stupid joke that I don't think they'll understand, and I'm like, just make the joke. Honestly, at the end of the day, if you guys aren't compatible with your sense of humor, it's probably not gonna work anyway. So I just fucking say it. If I want to say something, I say it. I am who I am. I know who I am. I feel like you have to present yourself like that because you get insecurity when you've been hiding yourself, and then you try to reveal yourself, and then you're like, oh no, what if they don't like the me? So just be you right off the bat, okay? That's my advice. That's the real thing I've learned recently, I feel. How's the handstand practice going? Okay, the most annoying thing with handstand practice, the most annoying thing is no matter how much I warm up my wrists, I don't know what I do to them, but my wrists are always so sore, and I've always been a very like paranoid person with injuries. So if anything even slightly hurts, I don't mess with it. You know, if my knees are aching, I'm not gonna squat. You know, I want to make sure my body's like healthy and working well because I know that's better for longevity purposes. My wrists are always hurting, and it's just very frustrating because I'll practice for like an hour, not even an hour, like 30 minutes one day, and then the next day my wrists hurt. So I think I need to just work on like strengthening my wrist exercises and things like that. That's what I've been trying to do. Like the warm-ups and things I've been doing are just absurd recently, or I'll even do them when I'm not just warming up, just to do them. So hopefully I'll build strength there and be able to be better at them. I feel like I finally have learned how to stack my chest over my shoulders, if that makes sense, because it felt completely differently when I've been doing that recently. I am seeing improvements. I'm pretty excited about it, but again, teaching yourself is kind of hard. I wish I had like a gymnastics instructor or something. Are you going to stream Resident Evil 3 on Twitch? Yes, I already have a bit. I think I'm almost finished with it. I streamed it yesterday, and then the day before yesterday. The last few days I've been streaming it. I think I'm gonna finish it tonight.
I don't have time to explain. You gotta get out of there right now.
Could you like sort of explain that? How long have I been in my room not leaving?
On skin, which treatment have you seen the most results with? Hands down, most results I've ever seen. But this is because I have an expressive face. So if you don't have an expressive face, I don't think you would see the same results. But Botox, hands down, has been like the best thing for my face. Just in regards to like movement and lines and stuff around like my eyes and forehead. I still periodically do that. I haven't done it in a while, obviously, because I'm like, there's a lot of movement over there, which I don't mind at all. It's just like when it completely wears off and I see lines that are remaining there after you make facial expressions, I think is how they gauge it on whether you think maybe you should think about it. Again, I don't think anyone needs it. I don't think it's a requirement. I don't think it's for everyone even, because some people's faces just don't need it. I don't even think I need it. I just like it. And so I've been doing it for, I don't know, 5 years. It's not immediate results because it takes 5 to 7 days to set in, but I would say it's pretty quick results, and they're very long lasting as long as you keep up with it. I didn't ever get my lines to like remain on my forehead or anything, which is nice. Though the vampire facial, I do think I do see results from it. I think that you need a couple of treatments of it for it to really like do well. And so it sucks that I haven't been able to do my next one. And I also haven't been able to get my other 2 cavities refilled. I just realized I missed my dentist appointment the other day. I don't think they ever called me though. Sexy! Do you ever get bikini waxed or do you shave? No, I don't get bikini waxed because I'm afraid. I just shave. I would like to get laser hair removal. Perhaps after this, you know, ordeal, I will look into that because it is like an annoying area to shave to prevent razor bumps. Yeah, I hate that. I hate like if you have to like keep up with it because it's summertime and you're always wearing a bikini or something. I just feel like it gets really irritated, and so it's not my favorite. I feel you. I do feel you. How do you keep your tummy so flat? I don't think my tummy's really flat. For one, when I pose in photos, I stretch a lot. If you haven't noticed, I always stretch myself out. And it's also just mainly genetics. I just think I mainly hold my fat like in my back area. So if I arch my back, I always have like a little roll, which is fine. It's not a bad roll, it's just a roll. But I think I just kind of carry my fat weirdly. So luckily, genetically, I just don't carry on my stomach as much. Obviously, if I'm gaining weight, like at one of my heavier weights, which my weight fluctuates all the time, and I'm super happy with that because I know even if I gain a few pounds, I know like I'm pretty good. I fluctuate back. As long as I'm not doing anything drastic with my diet, I'm pretty good usually. So it's fine to have a little fat on your tummy. I don't mind it. To answer your question, I don't do anything special to it. It's just genetics and me stretching a lot helps. Would you rather lose all of your gains or your hair? That is actually a great question. I don't know. Like if I lose all my gains, like what is my base at? Is it just like what I looked like when I was 20? Because I wouldn't mind that. I feel like I could get it back and it could even be fun, you know what I mean? I feel like I'd rather lose my gains. I don't want to lose my hair. It would take forever. I could get a wig. It's not that big of a deal, but I think it'd be kind of fun to like re-sculpt my body from stage 1, you know? I don't know. The importance of routine and goal setting. I think this is super important. I have gone to therapy before. I don't have a therapist in Austin yet, though I've looked into a few of them. But one of the things that my therapist always wanted to establish with me, or wanted me to focus on, I guess, was establishing a routine and stuff, because I feel that when you work from home, especially like in this quarantine kind of thing, or when you don't necessarily have someone like telling you what to do every hour of every day, it's important to have that routine and to have something that you do every day. Like she would always suggest like make sure that you're like eating at the same times every day, and also that way if you're traveling and stuff and you're in different time zones and everything, you still know that at like 9 or 10 a.m. you eat, you know what I mean, and then you have your next meal at like 2 p.m. or whatever it is. And having routines and like routines like that established is just overall proven to like be better for your mental health than like just this like chaotic life of doing whatever happens when it happens, which is what I do a lot. So letting a little more light. I think that's extremely important to have a routine, and then also in having a routine it's much easier to establish goals because you can work on something every day, whereas if you have more of a chaotic timeline, it's much harder to reach that like final destination point, if that makes sense. So do it. What's your biggest regret in life? I think about this all the time. My biggest regret, not even a regret, just something that I wish, like, I guess maybe I had done in childhood even, is I wish that I had like picked up another language, or I really wish that I had learned the piano, because the piano is so hard to play now. And I feel like when you learn those things as a child, you're just much more likely to retain them for life, basically. And so I just really wish that I could go back in time and learn another language in piano. Another language or two. You know, I feel like it would just be really useful. I always think, like, I was a military brat, so my mom and my family and I moved around a lot. And when I was in North Carolina in like 3rd grade, was it 3rd grade? Yeah, I was only there for a couple years, but I had Spanish as a class. Like, they taught me Spanish. I had a whole class. It was just Spanish, I remember. And I was very cocky about it because I could count very high in Spanish at the time, and I was very proud of myself that I could outdo everyone else because I've always been competitive, I guess. But I never learned it anywhere else. I lived in like Illinois after that and Texas, and yeah, that was the only place. In 3rd grade though, I wish like all schools just taught an additional language earlier. You know what I mean? I just feel like it would be really helpful. Have you heard of Cyanide and Happiness shorts on YouTube? Yes, I love those shorts. I haven't seen them in a while, but they are very funny with the little heads with the whole line through them, you know what I'm saying? And they're cute. Filming at sunset is the worst because the light is just constantly changing. It's very irritating. Where's the first place you want to travel after quarantine? I want to go to the Caribbean desperately. I want to go back. The water's so clear, it's so warm, it's so nice, I love it. So I don't know which island yet, but I really want to go back to the Caribbean. I've been craving. You like Apothic? I love Apothic wine. Honestly, I just feel, yeah, it's a safe go-to. I've been trying some other random wines because I just can't get my pick anymore when I'm grocery shopping and stuff. I'm like, whatever they have, just bring me a red. And some of them are just truly awful. What wine do you like? Honestly, I'm being perfectly honest here. I'll drink anything that's red. Anything. I'd probably drink a white too, like a white wine if I had to, but I just prefer red. I'm not super picky because if I don't like it, I'll just mix it with something. It'll be fine. I'll just mix it with something like more neutral flavored. I like to mix it with White Monster, which is very classy, I know, but what can I say? Or even like Sprite Zero isn't bad if you don't want caffeine. Which resistance bands do you use? I've spent all night looking them up online. I'm lost. I just use Susie B. Susie B. Yeah, I use her bands. I really like them. I think they're great quality. I also have some Grace Fit UK ones. I haven't tried the B&D ones, but I have her Grace Fit ones, and they're amazing. And then I have a couple Gymshark ones as well. And I'm not super picky about bands, but I really like all the ones I have. How to lose lower belly fat easily. When you find out, let me know. This is why we're all wearing high-waisted pants, am I right? Tell us about your new love and how you feel he's different from my previous relationships. Well, let me tell you. I feel that my current relationship, and this is why I'm scared to even like put it out on social media, like just like totally go all in on it, is just that it's just so pure right now. And it's so like, I think it's healthy. Our communication is really open. I don't ever feel like I have to like super filter myself in front of him, which is nice. He's like constantly reaffirms or like, what's it called? Gives me words of affirmation. He does a lot of that, and I just feel that we're very compatible. I always think of the love language thing, the 5 love languages, and my biggest one is definitely physical touch. I always think of it like not even just boyfriends, but like my sisters or my friends. I really like hugs feel really good to me. I just feel like whole and like, oh, it just fills me up inside with like this happy feeling. I like hugs. I like holding hands with my sisters even. Or I like physical touch. I feel that every time like my mom hugs me or something, it just like shoots me back to childhood, and I just feel like like when I was sick, she always took care of me, and I just like that feeling of physical touch. And so I know that that's my number one. My boyfriend's very good at that. He's very like that too, almost like sometimes too much to where I'm like, oh, I've never had this before. Where like as much as I've enjoyed, just I haven't had that in previous relationships sometimes. When I had like been begged for it, I'm like, hold me, like hug me please. So I like that I never have to do that. If anything, I'm like, I can't breathe, which is nice. We're very different in a lot of ways, but I find he's super accepting, and he asks a lot of questions, and he's very like interested in what I do and what I'm doing. And one thing that I really like about him is that like he makes me, I feel like I see the world in like a different light. I notice things I didn't notice before, like clouds and wildflowers, which sounds like cliche or weird or stupid, I don't know. But like he just notices things that I didn't see before, and so now I feel like I'm always seeing them, and I just like that about him a lot. He usually visits on the weekends, and he's unable to at this time obviously, but I miss him and I wish I could see him, but that's what it is. Do you watch anything while working out? No, I just like music. Do you want to have children? You know, I've always been of the mindset that I didn't care, and I don't have this like huge desire for children, but I do have a bit of baby fever recently, and I think I really do want some kiddos. Though I've always been that, just like a relationship, I don't feel like I need a relationship to complete me. I don't feel like I need a child to complete me either, and so I like having that mindset. I don't feel like I'll be a failure if I don't have one, but at the moment I feel that it would be really nice to have a baby. Not just a baby, but like a kid. A little mini me. I don't know, I think that would be nice. Do you think you'll ever move back to California? I hope. I wouldn't move to LA, not for anybody, but I would move back to California. I don't think it's not like I need to move back to California. I'm not like desperate for it, but I do love like the weather and the mountains and the ocean, and it's just beautiful. I think I took for granted the fact that like I could always have my door open and not 1,000 bugs wouldn't come into my house, because Texas is not the same. So I do love California, and if I could find a budget-friendly place there, I would move back if it was meant to be. But I'm really happy here too, so it's definitely not like something I need to do anytime soon or anything. I would though. I don't need to, but I would. The biggest turnoffs that a man could do. Oh my gosh, I hate, I'm sure boys don't like this too and girls, but I hate insecurity. Like when guys are jealous right off the bat or something, like, who's that? What? I'm like, like I'm not a shady person. I don't know. I think that's something that just really grinds my gears, like insecurity. It's very unattractive. Or like boys that are like messy and don't clean up after themselves. Like if you go to their apartment and it's like gross, I'm like, ugh. I just feel that, especially like late 20s or getting older or whatever, like get your shit together, you know what I'm saying? So I think that's like being a slob or being super insecure. Like some guy, and I feel like it's not even like an obvious like insecurity thing, like jealousy necessarily. It's like, it's more than that. It's like the way they carry themselves or how they talk about other people. Like if they're constantly like, that guy, yeah, I know, but he's like really lame though. Like, I don't know, it's like constantly putting other people down to make themselves feel better. Like I hate that. I don't, like I can't talk to people like that. I just really, I'm like, you don't have to put other people down all the time, you know, like everyone's trying their best. Let's just move on. Will you introduce us to your new man? I'm sure I will eventually. If I feel that if I was around him all the time, I wouldn't be able to hide him from like a daily vlogging kind of life. You know, I wouldn't want to just like consciously just having to hide someone would be really irritating, you know, like I wouldn't do that. So if it came to the point where I wasn't just seeing him like on the weekends and stuff, then I would do it. I'm sure I will eventually. I don't want to just hide someone, but at the same time I want to like enjoy something, and I feel like the internet always, like, I don't know, they just give so many opinions. I'm like, can you stop it. Let me live my life. So I'd like to, I just don't want like any negativity, especially like I can even, not that I can even handle negativity, like I have emotional breakdowns all the time because of it, but I don't want to like put that on anyone else intentionally. Like it's like, oh, you're with me, but guess what comes with that? emotional turmoil because everyone's gonna judge you for every move you make from here on out. So good luck, you know? Like, I don't know, that's just my opinion. So I do eventually want to, but for now I just like, I'm protecting him. I don't know. Does that make sense? What games are you loving right now on the Nintendo Switch? I love Animal Crossing. I have a problem because I just, you know how, I don't know if you guys know, I'm sure I've showed you enough. I'm like obsessed with rearranging the furniture in my house. I'm just always like moving it around. That's like me in Animal Crossing. I just like move my whole island around though. And it's like a constant thing and I need to stop because I'm like, this would go better over here. And then it's a whole day of just that. But yeah, I have a lot of fun in that game. I think it's very like therapeutic and chill. I just like harvesting and doing stuff on it. It's fun. If you were to get another cosmetic procedure, what would you get done? Something that I want to do, I would like to get my boobs either like much smaller or just like gone, because, and not for any reason other than the fact that I just aesthetically like smaller boobs better. I think at a certain time when I got my boobs done in 2012, like bigger boobs were in, cool, whatever. So were low-rise pants and I don't want to wear those anymore. I just kind of wish that I could go back and slap myself, not slap myself, you know what I mean? Just like, maybe you shouldn't do this. But it's fine, like I like them, I don't have a problem with them, and I'm really hesitant to just do another surgery. Like I don't like going under anesthetic. I don't like, when I got my appendix removed, it was just like a very scary experience. I was very alone. I just had this feeling like when they were putting me to sleep and they were like, count down from 10. I was like, oh my gosh, I might never wake up. And it was just like a very, just horrible feeling, and I don't want to go through that again, especially intentionally. I might eventually, I don't know, but that would be the only thing that I would really consider doing. These get kind of annoying sometimes, I don't know. Lessons on angles to pose for pictures. For me, I'm short, very short, annoyingly short. I mean, I'm 5'1", I don't know, it's very short in my opinion. Every time anyone takes a photo, I'm like, can you take it from lower, please? Can you like lay on the ground and then just take it from that angle? It'll make you look taller. It'll save your life, I swear. I'm having so much trouble texting guys. How do you flirt over text? For me, my method of flirting over text is just to like constantly make fun of them. In like a fun, cute way, you know what I mean? Like you can't just be mean. I like to troll people. I think it's really funny and cute, if, I mean, in a certain way. Like don't just be an asshole, but so I think that's how my favorite way to flirt. I don't know, does that make sense? Where do you get your necklaces? I got all these from Movement. It's like movement.com. I have a 15% off discount code in the description box if you want to look at them, but I like them a lot. I think they look really nice layered. You should do an Insta Live so we can drink wine with you. Honestly, that sounds so fun. I'd be down with that. Only my Instagram's like 50% boys and like, not that there's anything wrong with boys. I like dudes too, you know, but some of them are just really creepy. I'm like, can you not, please, bro? People need to learn social skills. Like, what is socially appropriate online? Think about it. Are you proud of Miles' album? What does your boyfriend think about having a good relationship with your ex? I am super proud of Miles because I have literally heard every single one of these songs 100 times. I was there in the studio with him when he made some of them, and it's just like, I've been frustrated with him for so long that it's taken this long to get to this point. But I'm so glad that he's here and they're out, and I'm super proud of him because I feel like I was there the whole time, like through his like struggles and like the pressure and like getting signed and then like having to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait. And so I'm super proud and excited for him. And my new boyfriend is super supportive and like never ever said a negative thing about, I don't know, we just trust each other. It's so nice being with someone that's like not insecure. And I've even like spoken to him about like different struggles I've had and stuff, and he's always super supportive and like talks me through it and makes me feel better. And I don't know, our communication's so healthy. I didn't even know it was like humanly possible to be like this. So I'm just like hoping it stays like this. Like, don't make any sudden movements. This is so nice. I want it to be like this. I'm looking very shiny, but that's okay. I just want to continue because I feel like a good long Q&A would just be fun. What do you do in your spare time, like your hobbies? Currently, I'm trying to learn Spanish and Japanese. I just use Duolingo. I think it's fun, and I do that every day. And then I'm also trying to teach myself ukulele and piano. The piano part is very difficult, but I found some really like cool lessons on YouTube. I literally just YouTube and Google everything. Like, I'm not using any super specific website. I use a lot of different people because I think everyone kind of teaches me something different. The other person didn't teach me, so I like to just cycle through them. And those are like my like trying something new things that I've been working on. And then I like gaming. That's like my favorite side hobby, I guess. So I do a lot of Twitch, and I have a second YouTube channel and things like that that I like to put out on. I'm mainly speaking from a quarantine perspective, I guess. Okay, maybe I'll do a part 2 or something because there was a lot of questions on there. I feel that I've been talking for a long time and my battery's like almost died twice. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. But I hope you guys enjoyed the Q&A. I enjoyed it. Thank you guys for asking questions and for supporting me and being here and stuff. I wouldn't be here without you, so thank you. I love you so much. Yeah, I'll see you in the next video. So ta-ta for now. Thank you. Schmick. Bye.